folks, already done one test. Now let's see how this works. The Pampered Chef peeler, slicer, corer. First time I've used this, well actually I did one test. Push that on, release the video, the lever there, and let's see. I think that's on enough. There we go. And she peels. The apples are still nice and crisp. And now it slices and cores. This is the way to process apples. Peel. That's like a big old long string. Peels go here. More. That comes off. Now we have slices. And now the slices go in water. Just like that. Core comes off. Quick. Done. Ready to start the next one. In there. Just like that. Had this thing sitting in a box for several years now, and this is the first time I've had a chance to get to use this one. I've used other ones like it, but there we go. Sliced apples. Now I got to do a whole.
How about this one?
I got to do a whole bunch of those, and
will you do this one for
I
me?
will do that one for you. But I'm going to kill the video here and do this stuff, and I'll be back later. I suppose I should tell you that I had this bag about half full. I've only done a few apples out of it. And over here we have a 5-gallon bucket. They've been sitting in the garage where it's nice and cool for about a week. Again, not the prettiest apples going, but they're going to work great for peeling, slicing, and coring. And right now I'm keeping them in water so they don't get too brown. And they're going to go in the dehydrator in a little bit. We'll be back with that when I get a tray full of apples here later on. Okay, this is the food dehydrator that I'm going to be using. It's got 4 trays, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a lid, and the heater. And I'm not sure, but we'll see how many trays this will fill. That pan is almost full. It is an Eastman Outdoors food dehydrator. Okay, dries food in hours, not days. Although when you're using a solar dehydrator, it doesn't matter if it takes days. Alrighty, let's set up the camera here, and let's see what we can do. See if I can get everything in frame. Move this over here. I'll get that out of the way. How are we looking? Yeah, looks like we can see everything. Okay, and that's, yep, we're all set. So, apples go in a single layer. Of course, they're in water so that they won't turn brown. That just means the dehydrator has to work a few extra hours. That's not a big deal. Got an escapee here. Let's get a single layer going. There we are. We may have more apples than this thing will hold. We shall see. I have done this one time before, and I have to say, it turned out quite nicely. And I just put the dehydrated apples in my mouth and just let my saliva rehydrate it. And it was like eating a fresh, crisp slice of apple. So we'll see if we get the same results this time. Here we are, almost full. Just fit them in as best you can. Best use of the space that you got. So we're not going to worry about a little excess water. Probably should dry it off, and I'm sure somebody's going to say something about that. That's alright. There we go. There's one tray pretty much filled. So I probably got way too many apples. I'm going to go ahead and finish the rest of these trays, and I'll be back in a little bit. Well, as you can see, it didn't put a huge dent. Maybe about half of what was in there. But when you're only doing single layer 4 trays, that's what it goes. I did work on the pattern a little bit so I could get a few more slices in there. Anyway, that's how it goes. I will maybe make some applesauce with this batch. And I'm going to get these plugged in and dehydrating and check on them tomorrow morning sometime. Later on. Now this is 2 of these. The second one was almost full, but the first one was all the way up to the top. We have a full dehydrator out there. That's 4 trays. The rest of it is in here. We're going to make some applesauce. And that was a half a bag. We still have the better part of a full 5-gallon bucket. And I think tomorrow I'll get that cut up and dehydrate some more, because the first batch should be done tomorrow sometime. Get some more of that in the dehydrator, and then I think we'll just start freezing some, or I may possibly can some apple pie filling. We shall see. Stay tuned. Catch you next time. Applesauce with honey instead of sugar and cinnamon. Coming up later. Bye. Let's see if I can find some less glare. The apples are done. I think I'm going to do up another batch or 2 to dehydrate. And these can be stored in a Ziploc bag and eaten or used at our leisure. So it works. It works great. I tasted one already, and yeah, just a few minutes sitting in your mouth and it rehydrates, and they taste pretty darn good. Well, that's it for now. We got applesauce canning coming up. See you in the next segment. Applesauce. I'm not sure exactly how much we got here, but we got plenty. And I've got 8 pint jars ready to go. We're going to can some applesauce. I'm just going to hot pack it in hot jars, and the lids are in a pan over there. Jars were in the oven for about 15 or 20 minutes at 250, and we're going to take it from there. So here we go. I'm going to see if I can do this without making too much of a mess. Let's see how it goes. I'll do a couple jars and then we'll probably just skip away. Yep. And incidentally, I did do a taste test earlier while it was still, it sat overnight and cooled off, and I reheated it this morning. And we're going to go right up to the fill line and go to the next jar. And wow, really good. I just used some honey and cinnamon, and used the peeler core slicer machine thingy, and just cooked them down until the potatoes, or the, yeah, potatoes, apples got nice and soft, and they just broke down, and now we have some nice tasty home style applesauce. Chunky, slightly sweet, slightly tart, really good. I think I'm going to grab a plate so I don't drip everywhere, and I don't know if I got enough jars. So I'm going to be back after these are filled, and we'll see what we got going on. Well, there we are. We got 7 of the 8 lids all together. The rims of the jars are wiped off. Okay. There we are. Okay, glove time. There we go. Let's see how many we can do. Sorry about that, folks. Alrighty, I'll finish this up and back. This jar here, the lid is not good. And I see it came off of that jar because there's pitting around the edge. This one will go in the refrigerator. The rest will be okay. So I'm going to pull this out separate right now. And I'll cover it. And we can put that in the fridge. In the meantime, all the rest of these jars are good. And we'll see what kind of a seal we get in a few hours. In the meantime, we're going to let things go. And there we are. There's 7, there's 8 pints. There's probably enough for, at least 2 more pints in here. I'll probably just put that in some Tupperware. Or I do have 2 more pints over there, but I'm just not going to bother heating up the jars. I'll just set all that in the refrigerator. Well, that's it for the canning the applesauce videos, and dehydrating apples, and slicing and coring and peeling apples. Hope you enjoyed the show. We'll be back with another canning video sometime in the future. Bye-bye.